Okay, so today we're talking about RapidMiner. It's a tool that's gotten super popular in the data science world because it comes with this huge promise. All the power of machine learning, but without writing a single line of code. Sounds pretty amazing, doesn't it? But as we're about to find out, there's a little more to that story. And that's really the big question we're digging into. Can you really get powerful, meaningful results with just a drag and drop tool? Or are there some hidden hurdles that a simple, pretty interface just can't solve for you? Let's dive in and find out. So first, let's explore exactly why a tool like RapidMiner is so darn appealing. The whole idea, the core mission, is to make data science accessible to everybody, not just the experts who live and breathe code. At its heart, RapidMiner is a visual platform. So instead of typing out a bunch of commands, you're literally connecting blocks to build a workflow. You can almost think of it like drawing a flowchart, but for your data. You can totally see the appeal, right? It just seems so straightforward. You start by pulling in your data, then you use these pre-built tools to prep and clean it up. From there, you just hook it up to a model and boom, you see the results. It takes a really complex process and boils it down into 4 simple, manageable steps. This slide really highlights the 2 different worlds we're talking about. On one side, you've got the traditional way of doing things, writing line after line of code in something like Python or R, which, let's be honest, can be really intimidating. On the other side, you have this visual workflow. It's a completely different way of thinking about how to build a model. And this approach clicks with a whole range of people. For students, it's just a fantastic way to get into machine learning concepts without hitting that wall of code first. For professionals, it's perfect for quickly testing out ideas, like building a quick model to see which customers might leave. And even the advanced folks find value here, mixing the visual tools with their own custom code. But, and you probably saw this coming, it's not always quite that simple. That whole no-code promise comes with some very real, in-the-trenches kinds of challenges. Yeah, there are usually 4 big hurdles that pop up. First, if you throw a huge data set at it, your workflow can slow to an absolute crawl. Second, as your projects get bigger, that nice, simple flowchart can turn into a tangled mess that's a nightmare to debug. You also can't get away from the learning curve. You still have to understand the core concepts. And finally, the free version has its limits. The paid ones can get pricey. And this is the absolute key takeaway. A simple interface is not a replacement for knowledge. You still have to understand what you're building and why you're building it. If you don't, you risk creating models that look great on the screen, but completely fall apart in the real world. Okay, so it has its challenges, for sure. But that does not mean it isn't a powerful tool. The secret is all about knowing how to use it strategically. The biggest mistake beginners make is thinking the tool is going to do all the thinking for them. They just drag, drop, and hope for the best. And that usually just leads to frustration and really bad results. The successful strategy is a blend. It's where you leverage the platform's speed and its ease of use, but you back it up with a solid understanding of machine learning principles. The tool becomes an accelerator for your knowledge, not a replacement for it. And this strategy reveals one of its absolute greatest strengths: rapid prototyping. You can quickly build and test a dozen different ideas in the time it might take you to code just one. This makes it perfect for exploring possibilities before you commit to a huge full-scale project. So how do you get there? Well, the key is to start small. Get comfortable with the different tools on data you can actually manage. Then, slowly, you can build more complex workflows. And this is a big one. Work with your team. Sharing these workflows is one of the best ways to learn and improve. All right, let's bring all of this together. Let's create one clear takeaway about what RapidMiner is and, maybe more importantly, where it fits in the grand scheme of things. This table really puts it all in perspective, doesn't it? The promise is this simple click-and-go world, but the reality is you still need that machine learning knowledge. It promises to be a tool for building any model you can dream of, but its real strength is in rapid prototyping and learning. And while you might think the goal is a finished product, it's actually much better to see it as a bridge from theory to practice. So this is the tool's true power. It doesn't matter if you're a student trying to really understand a concept or a professional who needs to test an idea fast. RapidMiner helps connect that theory to actual practice, and it does it faster than almost any other method out there. And that leaves us with a bigger question to think about. In a world full of really complex challenges, when is the easy tool actually the right tool for the job? Understanding that difference? Well, that's a skill in itself. Thanks for joining me.